How did you feel, Turner, coming in and playing almost a full game after missing a lot of camp?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Body felt great. Felt really, really ready to attack the day with everything leading up to Saturday. Things didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but from my perspective, my body felt pretty good.
What was Greg Austin's message to you guys in the wake of that game today, after the game? What did he say?
The message after the game is kind of just we gotta focus on ourselves more than our opponents sometimes. There's a few mistakes that we made up front that we can't really live with going forward. Whether it's missing a blocking assignment, missing the point to the linebacker. There's a few things that everyone's got to focus up on. A lot of details that we want to be able to tune in on, especially when it comes to our blocking.
How frustrating was it for you personally in camp to be a little bit limited, and when did you know that you were going to be in position to be able to play in the opener?
Yeah, so going into camp, I was extremely limited with what I could do, and then progressing through camp, they wanted to keep me limited just so I didn't re-injure what I had injured, and then we went forward with game week, getting more reps day by day, and then leading up into that game, they told me that Brant was going to get the start, and I was definitely okay with that because he'd been busting his ass off in practice throughout those last 4 weeks of fall camp, and that they were gonna move me in however they needed me to, and I was ready for it. So.
What kind of challenge is that for Brant? He was playing probably mostly guard in the spring, and to step out there and get some experience in camp playing on the edge.
I definitely think that it was a little bit of a change for Brant, obviously because he had been playing guard, like you said, in the spring. But he was able to take the adjustment and play into it. There's a lot of things that everyone's got to fix up on, including myself. So moving forward here, we're just focused on ourselves moving forward.
What's an example? When you talk about the details, is there an example you can give?
For myself, it'd probably just be my eye discipline on pass blocking or run blocking, and then my hand placement is something that I really want to focus on moving forward.
Thank you.
Can you talk about not focusing on the opponent?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like, in what ways could you have focused too much on the opponent in the opener?
More than less, not focusing on the opponent. More than less, just focusing on ourselves. What we need to get better at. More than less than what we need to plan forward going forward with. We had an amazing game plan going into that game. They didn't play the defense that we had prepared for it, and we just had too many mistakes up front. Where, like I said, eyes, hands just weren't in the right spot, which led to, us missing a block, us missing whatever it was moving forward. So.
Like, for example, there was some talk after the game about Illinois showing a front that you hadn't prepared for as much. Did you guys think about that too much in the game when instead you should have been more like you said, focused on yourself, or how did that specific example play into what you're saying?
Not at all. Not at all. We were definitely prepared for a different front, but when that's the beauty of football. Some team can play a certain front and then they can completely flip the script on you and play a different front. You just got to adjust on the fly. I thought we did a solid job of preparing for that certain front. It was just that the adjustment that we needed to make up front. The offensive line, we just needed to do better.
What do you hope you get out of this week playing a lesser team, Fordham, a FCS ranked team? What do you hope to get out of a week like this?
For me in the offensive line, personally, I think we just need to focus up on our responsibilities up front, how we can get better with detailing our work, like I keep saying. We take pride in our detail. Around here we say DEA, detail is explosive and anger. With our details, like I said, eyes, hands, explosiveness, firing off the ball, coming off the ball hard, and then anger is finishing your blocks.
You guys talked a lot about being a downhill running team through fall camp. How much of that did or didn't translate to the game from what you guys had done?
Right. So moving into camp, we had a great run scheme going. We had a great game plan for Illinois, and when during halftime we kind of had to go more with passing. We were down by a score, and then when they started off with the ball and they chewed off 8 minutes of the clock, we kind of had to air the ball out a little bit more and focus on that aspect of the game rather than, like the hat says, run the damn ball. You can't really run the damn ball when you got to play a little bit of catch up. So from that aspect, we just want to be able to do good with the run game early on, and be able to establish that part of our game so then we can, if we need to, air it out.
How excited or ready are you guys as a line to show what you could do in that regard in terms of running the ball? And being a downhill team?
We were really excited for it. And, you know, when they came out with a different front, we weren't really, I wouldn't say we weren't caught off guard, but, you know, we just didn't react the way we should have.